Hello and welcome to the Hunt Banish Extract podcast, the podcast that's got 99 problems and they're all skill issues. I am your host, the Drunken Bard, aka DJ, and with me are four of my beautiful co-hosts today, Sleepy Weasel, aka Tyler.
I still blame it on lag.
Sir Kaiser, aka Richard.
99 of those problems are my skill issues.
El Maestro, aka Colin.
The one is me.
And the patron saint of 3 stars, aka Rat329.
I am the skill issue.
Gentlemen.
Just intangible form.
So we're nearing the end of this event. We're finally almost post Malone, if you will. And we are...
That was bad.
I couldn't think of anything.
Malone.
So... what have we been running near the end of this event? What are we taking?
Well, I'm taking. I've always loved the packs, but like my loadouts have been consistently like I always have just a PAX True Shot with me, and like a shotgun, like a preferably like one that's pump action, so like a Spectre or a Slate. That PAX, I don't know what is with me, but if I'm holding that True Shot, the confidence just goes through the roof. Like, and I've got so much nasty headshots with that thing.
The big iron.
Yep.
We all thought that would be the little Matt, but that ended up being the PAX True Shot for sure. The big iron so big on his hip that it would fall out of the holster.
So I've been running the Chokuno and the Revive Bolt and Dragon Bolt.
Just speak of
Somebody
a lot of fun.
Somebody tell this man to stop taking the mini crossbow with revives. He keeps reviving me into getting shot.
I am literally the worst.
Oh my gosh, Richard and he revived me through a wall because my dead body like was sticking.
That was
through,
awesome.
My head was sticking through the wall, and I like got up and got all the kills again. Like, yeah, it worked. It was great.
Yes, so good.
He's like, I have an idea. I need you to stick with me.
I
here.
literally was just like, should I try that? And
I was like, yes, try it. I'm ready.
Try it, because they were thinking he's just in there and he's just free game. But I was like, all right. And then lo and behold, it worked.
All right, Colin, what are you taking?
I'm still running my tried and true for the most part. I'm right now. I'm bringing a Spectre bayonet with the Haymaker.
Jeez.
Who's tried and who's true?
Tried is the Haymaker. True is
The Slate
True
or
Shot. the Spectre.
Spectre.
Tried is me loading into the match. True is when I die.
There you go.
Yeah, ain't that the truth? Ah.
Oh.
Anyways,
Rat, what are you taking?
I've kind of just been fucking around with everything, but I do have to offer an apology. I said that I hate the Chukanu, but yesterday I was proved wrong.
yeah, that gun is
best.
it's fantastic. What do you mean?
Well, I played a game with Sway and Penguin, and we decided to go into Bounty Clash with double Chukanu, explosive bolts on both, and 4 ammo boxes each.
Oh my gosh, you guys are cancer.
And it was the funniest shit. Like, they both posted the fight in the clips and highlights channel, and it was like we just called down an orbital airstrike on that fucking compound.
I
See,
could
when
describe it. Oh, go ahead, Ty.
I was just gonna say, when I use a Chokanu, I don't take the explosive. I like just the normal arrows. Those things are great.
I
Love
could
those
describe Rat's clip in one little thing. Bayou terrorism.
Yeah, we had that one song that was in all of the ISIS joke meme videos for a while going, pretty much. It was great.
I thought it was like it's a pre-World War.
Yeah.
Or original World War, that's what I said.
Well, everybody talking about Sparks finally made me decide that it's time to give the Fast Fingers a try. And I wanted to take memes because I wanted to take this game a little less seriously. So I have been taking nothing but Sparks with poison ammo and the Fast Finger Straight and choke bolts on a mini crossbow with some revive bolts just in case. And half the time, I've gotten it to work a few times where you shoot them right in the chest and then choke bolt them, and they never are happy when they die.
Half the time, it works all the time.
Dude,
Well,
you are nasty doing that. God.
Well, it was also really funny because when I couldn't think of anything else to do, I would just choke bolt them, like shoot choke bolts at the wall, and half the time I would guess where they were. So that was funny.
Great.
It's like when we were playing Bounty Clash with the double hand crossbows with choke and just the Derringer. That shit was
Right.
hilarious. We were getting so many VoIP things.
Well, I had a great time with it, except I kept getting headshots with the sparks, and so I wasn't able to do the meme because I kept shooting people in the head.
You're just
And
too good.
I played with a good friend of mine on the EU servers. I mean, I know, ping abuser, but what else was I supposed to do? Because they're both from the EU.
Oh, you wanted to play with your homies.
You high elo EU players, you play like rats. Y'all are filthy. You're damn good shots, though. You're damn good shots. I'll give you that.
I found my people.
Yeah, I guess you got to play on the EU servers now.
I guess
Gotta
so.
aspire to something, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Sorry.
But
You hear that, Martin? I'm coming after you.
no, Dad.
Oh.
Yeah, grab a PlayStation first. You got to go back and regress to console. I'm just kidding. No shit.
Just on a different
Crossplay,
console.
please. Crytek. Crossplay, please.
Oh, the console players would hate. I wouldn't blame them. Fighting PC players versus console would be crazy for them.
Have it able to be turned off.
Yes.
Well, a random thought I had, mostly because the more that I've kind of experienced it and put it on my weapons, like the few inspect animations we have, minus the bot ones, I didn't bother with those. Now that we've actually had them and had some free ones in the Battle Pass, which I also want to give the Battle Pass credit that we hadn't before, they did remove the story segments, the costed story segments, and actually replaced it with real content. Thank you, Crytek. I want to say that before we forget.
Yeah.
It's like I want to get this out there before I start shitting on you.
Right. So what do we think of the actual inspects being added to some of the weapons? Because it's kind of refreshing. I'm worried they'll be so popular that they'll make a ton of them.
I love it.
I personally think, like, it was like, for me, it's with the charms. It's like, why did you add this? If you're going to add this, you need to add way more. So I think they need a lot more.
I want them to try not to focus too much on microtransactions, but they're one of those things because I inspect my weapons so often that I didn't realize I would appreciate having a new animation, especially the knuckle knife one. That one is so much fun to spam.
I just do it while I'm running. Yeah, I use it a lot. I just have it on the hotkey to one of my mouse buttons, so I just kind of flip it around.
I feel we've essentially they're cool for what they are and whatnot, but the way that they kind of like announced them, that was where it felt like monetization and agreed.
Yeah.
That being said, like they're cool, they're well done, they're well animated, they're super fluid, really nice touch. The only problem I have with them is that they're specific to a particular gun. It needs to be gun families.
Right, like pistols or
bolt
rifles or
action,
something. Yeah.
Levering. Yeah, or not levering, but with a lever.
Right. Yeah, I would agree with that.
I agree too, but I honestly I love them because like you get to see more of the gun than you would have with the other inspect. And like I remember a lot of people's big complaint when they first came out was like the throwing knife got this badass inspect, but then like you get the throwing axe and you just kind of look at it and that's it.
Right.
Or like the regular knife, you kind of spun it, but with the knuckle knife and the dusters, again, you just kind of picked it up, looked at the back of your hand, and then put it back down like that was it. So it alleviates that issue where like you still get the cool, like the cool animation, but you're not limited to just the one thing to look at your weapons.
Yeah, and I mostly bring it up because now we've got probably all of them. I think we've all been playing through the Battle Pass, and so we've had time to play around with them and really get a feeling
like 5, right?
Still, yeah, but that's enough to at least
Get it
feel like
started.
a new little twist to everyday animation staring at the same screen.
That's where I have Tyler's problem is basically he said it's just like there's so little, and it's just like when you revealed it, it's just like I want just bombard me to a degree.
It's like, what if I want one for my uppercut? Right. But I want one for my uppercut. I want one for my new and improved PAX True Shot skills.
Well, absolutely add them to the battle pass. I like that.
That's
but
nifty,
I wouldn't buy them unless it was so cool.
I'm not spending blood bonds. I agree.
Yeah,
of course not. No, me neither. Colin, any thoughts before we change the subject?
I am incredibly indifferent towards all of it. I don't use it. I didn't even use the normal inspect, so it just doesn't affect me at all, and I don't care.
Word.
That's the best response. Unbiased,
the
unprejudiced.
The amount that I give a shit is so minimal.
So, speaking
Go ahead, ask me how much of I give a shit. Sorry.
Oh, you're good. So I found a recent article, and granted, you can trust game journalists about as much as politicians.
Oh my gosh,
absolutely.
Yeah. But I found a recent article that was talking about the new things that are coming around to Hunt Showdown, and it seems like, and I doubt that it came strictly from us, they've been listening to the whole community, Project Health is the next thing on the menu. So we are starting to get more focus on bug fix, on getting more frames for your dollar, I guess, or the game's going to start feeling more fluid. We're going to start having issues addressed like the Optomat. I don't know if any of you have experienced this. Sometimes you'll hear the Opto in your match and it'll sound like it fires a single bullet. I guess they're starting to address that and make it.
Can't say I've seen that.
I haven't seen a single Optomat for
lucky
months.
Bastards.
Oh no, I've seen a lot, but they're just normal Optomats. They shoot normally for me.
Well, no. It's nothing to do with how they actually shoot, but the audio that you hear sounds like a single bullet or like a pap, like two bullets, but they're separated. It's small issues like that make absolutely no sense.
So they're doing a health patch, you said. So a lot of quality of life stuff, things that should be fixed but are not.
It's about time.
Yeah,
it is. Because
that's good. That's good.
I was starting to get worried that we were going to have too many cosmetics and Hunt was going to feel like it needed to compete with everything else, because sadly Hunt has got a lot to compete with this year, and we won't be talking about it but just yet, but it's got to really keep up the fire or it's going to die out.
Yes.
We've got so much competition, including games like Hunger that are supposed to be direct competitors to it. So I'll be curious to see.
Or Blight, things like Blight as well.
Blight, yeah. But I will stick. I personally will stick with Hunt. I love this game.
Oh, me too. Come on.
I'm so excited for Blight, though.
Yeah, me too.
But since there's no direct announcements, I did want to address that it seems like there is a huge Project Health going on for Hunt. So fuck.
Yeah. They probably have been working on it for a while already, I imagine.
Of course. It's always in the background. So
right.
Yeah. Well, there's also been rumors that they're putting more resources into Crisis, the next Crisis coming out. So they had to take away from the Hunt pool.
Mm-hmm. This is when we find out they're going to be their own competition, and there's going to be a Crisis version of Hunt.
Crisis for Hunt Showdown.
Yeah, that'd be funny.
All right.
Next thing you know, there will be Crisis crossovers into Hunt.
There was an April Fool's joke way back when.
I guess that's true, yeah.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Can't wait for the Rise Son of Rome DLC.
Dude, way back in the day, I was down. Now, not so much. But anyways, that's it. We've crossed that territory. Moving on.
Real quick, because we had a few more written in our suggestion box, and I want to acknowledge them. And since we had somebody recently that joined and said they had no idea, we have a Discord. We really appreciate if you write in our suggestion box or even just come and chat with us. So We have a suggestion box on Discord. If you leave a comment on YouTube or even a comment on the Spotify, we will be sure to read it. So absolutely do so if you want to tell us something that you want to hear.
Yeah, you have to do it while we're not famous. That way we actually get your comments because we're gonna get famous. So
Which is absolutely never. Don't let these fools deceive you.
No, there's no way. And that's
Come in
okay
here.
with me.
Come in here,
All
play
right.
some games with me, feel my co-host's pain.
All right.
Right, you carried me tonight. What do you mean?
Sway apparently had a lot to ask because he first asked, would it be a good idea to create a pool of 10 or 15 weeklies and let every player select the 5 they want to do? I'll do you one. I have a suggestion before you boys chime in because I love that. And I think a lot of people have suggested that. I would say make a list of like 20 things total and all of them go up at the same time. But if you complete one, they all reset or something. So it's more balanced and they only have to complete so many. That way they can choose out of the whole list. The whole list will progress, but you can actually progress ones in a whole list rather than having to pick them out yourself. Because if you had to pick them out, something would break.
Yeah.
Suddenly Fifield materializes and he's like, Bard, you're making sense. We don't do that here.
I wonder what Fifield would say to my face. I probably don't actually want to know.
Probably.
He'd just be sitting there brushing his beard like, heard you were talking shit.
I mean, I like the idea of having a bigger pool of things to choose from, but instead of like picking 5, like you were saying, like if you got to pick, it would break so quick. But just you need to complete 5 out of this list of 20. I think that's a really good idea.
I think that's what he meant. Yeah.
Oh, is that okay?
Yeah.
I agree with you. I agree with you entirely. That sounds like such a better system.
Because I do feel like it limits, and my God, I hate when I load up the next week and I see something like take Romero, take medium ammo, and I'm just like, I know what I'm going to be seeing for the next fucking 5 matches.
Yeah. And you'd think you would be able to like come up with the counter for that, but then it's like they come up with the counter for you just trying to do your weeklies, and it's stupid. Like
it just makes every. Go ahead.
Go on.
I was gonna say it makes every match predictable and really, really annoying.
Like not last week, or this week, but last week where it's like do damage with snipers and do damage with shotguns. I will say that week, what the hell were you thinking, Crytek? I was so angry. Like I was mad. It was just so bad. Everybody just camped that entire week, and I had to like stop playing. It was really bad, and that was stupid. And the fact that like you have to use sniper rifles, I tested it out. Even apertures, they didn't count. Marksman didn't, or anything that said marksman or like Deadeye did not count. It had to say sniper rifle in the name. I tested it out and it was stupid. Absolute ridiculous. Don't do that again.
See, I disagree with you. I think that was fine.
No, it was bad. All my matches, everybody just camped. Everybody was either sniping or hiding in a bush.
Hang on.
Let you run by.
What I was going to say about the whole thing is that it's interesting of the idea of like picking your own stuff, but I think you could do more randomization around different players, like different percentages, like be like, this is your quests, and then there's this other percentage of player base that has these quests.
I disagree because the randomization is that's what pissed people off before, because a lot of people were screwed by that.
I would say, but like your quests have to be like solid, and I would say some of the quests will overlap, but the damage with the guns, those are the ones that shouldn't overlap. Those should be different guns for the different play races. Like getting the Shredder, that's okay as like a challenge for people, if you don't nerf it, but whatever. Other point. That's kind of what I thought.
I mean, I see what you're saying. I can. I mean, I think it would be better than what we have now. So,
they're still experimenting.
Yeah, of course.
For me, like right now, I kind of hate to bring up Call of Duty because like
How
everybody
dare you?
everybody like hates the whole like they're always saying that Hunt's turning into Call of Duty. But like there is one thing that I do really like from Call of Duty where your dailies are always randomized between you and like another player or whatever. So like it could say for you get like 5 kills with a hand grenade, but for somebody else it says like set players on fire with a Molotov. So if they did that for at least the gun and ammo challenges or shit like that, that would be so much better.
I kind of disagree. I don't like it when they say get damage with this type of gun, like, or this specific gun, like any variant of the Centennial or the Mosin. Like, I don't like that. I like it when they say do damage with rifles or do damage with shotguns. They need to be a little bit more broad, I think.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like if they made it like get damage with shotguns or get damage with medium ammo or something like that, that would be way better than get damage with snipers. Because you know that you're gonna be in there fighting snipers all day, or like get damage with the Romero. You know all you're gonna see is Romeros.
Yeah.
Right. But overall, I like the idea of a pool. I like separating it and having some choice.
I think that is a great idea.
So he also wrote something else, and sorry.
Uh-oh.
What mythological beast from any culture would make a great fit as a potential boss or common enemy in Hunt Showdown? And I'm adding the second part because I know what you're fucking doing here, you little bastard. Also, what illuminating item could Crytek add that would provide both tactical advantage in the dark and assist with navigating in tunnels? He's alluding to the lamp. Sway, go fuck yourself.
No, I want night vision goggles. Let's take it a step up here.
Well, we also have flares and flare pistols, so
no, give us anything except for a lamp. Like, give us the fucking cat potion from The Witcher 3.
Oh my god!
Holy hell! But mythological beast, I kind of like that, and I kind of don't, because everything from Hunt is made from a very, very fucked up humanoid thing, whether it be a hive, meathead, even the spider is all human parts. The assassin is technically like all made of bugs, so that's different.
I would argue with you on this because
I knew you were gonna say that.
No, okay, so and I don't want to outright say what I've figured out because I'm going to be doing a Conspiracy Corner episode. I'm planning on recording it shortly after this. Or
well, the problem is Butcher is technically a human. The Scrapbeak is definitely a human.
I know, but they are based on mythological creatures from a specific culture that I found. And so, I've figured out like what they're based on. So if we were to base it off of something, like, and not outright make it a mythological beast, but like the design aspects are from a mythological beast.
Right, like it's inspired by,
Then I could agree with it, absolutely.
Yeah, like we could have something that was like a wolf that was corrupted or something like that, and have basically a werewolf.
To answer your question, Sway, Chimera.
Interesting. I like that.
Just for shits and giggles. I think they're really nifty.
I'm just gonna go a step ahead. Just add Pennywise or something. We already have a clown event. Just add him. Like it's fine.
And we already have.
Well, I know for sensitivity reasons they won't do this, but a Wendigo would be super fucking cool.
That actually was my first answer as well. That or Skinwalker, but yeah, they won't do that. So
I was gonna say a Wendigo as well because they could do it in a way where like it mimicked sounds, so it started like mimicking gunfights off.
That would be so scary, bro.
And you couldn't find it, but like you kept hearing hunters dying off in the distance or something, and you get close to it because there's no clues to find it. And once you get there, it ambushes you because they've already added back like a second thing that does the spider tackle with the bear charging you. So something like that where it tackles you because it jumps out of the trees or something like that. And it fits perfectly with the new.
I like it. I love that. That's scary. I love it.
Well, the first step in that direction was definitely a double-headed bear. I mean, it's not a mythological creature, but it's not, like we were saying, a human contorted. So we've finally opened the door, but how far do we want to open it?
Well, we have Rotjaw.
Rotjaw was also.
That's true.
That was also another
animal.
That
wasn't too far.
No.
That was very basic, if I'm being honest.
We were waiting for Crocs when it came to the bayou. I mean, alligators rather, for fuck's sake.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna lie, you said Rotjaw, and because I'm so used to calling her princess, I thought you said Rokta, and I was like, well, yeah, he's the boss of the entire fucking game.
No, that's Hornet, you fucking simp. All right, what are you thinking, Colin?
I'm trying to think of like.
I'm trying to think, guys. Come on.
I'm trying to think of like. There's a cryptid that is from Georgia.
Sasquatch.
No,
Mothman.
I'm kidding.
No, not Mothman. It's this.
I know it's not.
I don't remember what it's called, but it's just this dopey little thing that is just like a head and big nose, and it just cries all the time.
Oh yeah.
Me?
Creepy.
Yeah, I think that would be a fun addition. Just like a wandering thing that is just a noise trap and it screams.
That would be actually interesting.
Like a witch.
And there's only one. So
Does it do damage to you?
no, I think it would just be like a really like
Bad
cool,
sound.
Like
but
background
it's a scream that anyone can hear.
Okay.
Interesting.
No matter where
I like
you are
that.
on the map. Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
like
it's kind of
this-
like when Hellborn screams when somebody finds him. You
Exactly.
can hear it.
Yeah, but it would just be a noise trap, so everyone would know exactly where you are, and could find that creature in Darkseid or something like that.
Right.
Well, I actually like the clown grunts, and I hope they find a way to keep them in a form or fashion. Maybe not clowns, but that loud laughing grunt is
Oh,
such
that's
a
so
dead
good.
giveaway.
good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that's
good.
exactly. Yeah,
That's so
Yeah.
good.
they need more sound design like that in the game.
Yeah, things that
yeah.
are just a tad louder.
Yeah, I when I first saw those, I was very impressed. I was like, wow, they really stepped it up for the normal NPC grunts. Like, that's great.
Yeah,
And making them few and far between really made them feel rewarding when you found them, especially for the event points, you know?
Yeah. And I think with what Colin was saying, like, if we did have like a cryptid, like, it would be like certain bosses where you would only see them sometimes, but like, I think that would be cool if they did have extra cryptids that weren't bosses. They were just like NPCs that are in the background that do some sort of gimmick, and then like you won't see it again for another 20 matches, you know, like I think that would be interesting. And like there doesn't really offer any bonuses or anything like that. It would just be a nice variation. Like, oh look, I found him again, you know, like I don't know. I think that would be kind of cool.
Rarer special enemies would be really, really cool. I'm not sure how they pull it off, but that
Right,
would be,
yeah.
yeah.
If it were to change gameplay, yes. But I'm just saying, like, something in the background that wouldn't change the gameplay. Just be like, oh look, you know.
Of
I think
course.
that would be cool. Like, they probably wouldn't do something like that just because it would offer nothing to the gameplay, which obviously they need to focus on first. So, like, I understand, but I don't know. It's just a thought.
Right. This one is also a great question. I really like this because this one's important to a lot of players. This one's actually a core to what a lot of people will stick to the game for, is because they want to get good at it, right? That's why you play competitive shooters. How do you guys practice aiming in Hunt Showdown? This is Try Guy 13. Over the duration of the event, my aim has managed to go from being decent to being unable to hit a hunter running in my face with a baseball bat. Any tips for improving aim or practicing in matches for landing shots?
Play different games. Like, I'm not kidding. Like, play other shooters. Like, so there's no pressure on you. And then you come back and you're kind of warmed up.
What you're gonna do is you're gonna get yourself your own bard, or Kaiser, or Weasel, or Colin, whoever, you know. Just get yourself another person to jump into shooting range with you, and move as if they were in an actual fight with you while you try to shoot at them.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't play the game more try hard than I do when I'm in shooting range with you guys.
Yeah, because there's no pressure. It's all in good fun, but you can also show off your skills. Like, it's really cool. And if you get a kill, like, you don't, or if you get killed, you don't get mad. And if you get a kill, like, the other person doesn't get mad. They're just like, oh, dang, nice shot, you know? So, like, it's perfect.
Just have friends, you fucking loser.
Oh,
damn.
Idiot.
Here's what I would suggest. This is something that I do for pretty much any game that I play, is I pick one thing and I don't use anything but that one thing until I've mastered it. So if you want to get good at aiming, find a gun and just use that until you have it mastered.
I would also suggest picking the gun that would be cheap. So like a normal Winfield. Yeah, just use that. Winfield, once you get good with that, you will be good at getting headshots, I promise.
Oh, yeah. And I've learned that if you use single shot weapons like the Springfield, the Martini, the Sparks, if you use those and you practice landing shots with those, you're more likely to land shots with a faster firing gun later on.
Yep.
Yeah, I did an entire prestige with single fire weapons, and my skills went very high afterward. So
I would
much higher than they used to be.
I would argue single shot weapons. I do agree they will make you be more efficient careful and efficient with each shot counting more. But I think that single shot weapons teach positioning more than anything, because the first thing you have to do when you have to reload is you're going to run behind something, and that will teach you proper positioning, which you also need. Don't forget that.
Yeah, that's half the battle.
The more ammo I had, the more I missed.
The thing that I've learned with the single shot weapons, and the reason that I say to use those to practice aim, is because you're more likely to actually try to line up the shot rather than just spam fire where they're at.
Yeah.
Because it'll teach you to line up your shots and how to lead shots better.
Yeah, I agree.
And I hate to say this is going to be the number one thing, because it's extremely important that you get the hang of it, is you're going to want to get your sensitivity to a point where it's perfect for you. And I would suggest putting your DPI lower. If you're on PC, I mean, if it's your controller sensitivity, adjust as you need with your analog sticks. But I would keep a relatively decently high turning speed, especially just without aiming in the weapons, because once you can get your aim speed to a comfortable speed, you're going to want to stick with that. And you're going to want to move while you shoot. It's going to feel like shit, but it's important that you move and shoot, because because you're going to have times when you're sitting in a tree and you're trying to go for the single headshot, but you want to move and shoot, because 99% of your fights are going to be when you encounter somebody else, and you're going to be running around corners, running through doorways, move and shoot. Another thing is the shooting range. It's not perfect, but you can actually take those dummy targets, and what I want you to do is I want you to aim at each of their heads and just take something as simple as a Winfield headshot, move to the next target, headshot, move to the next target, aim for all headshots, because that's the king in this game.
Oops, all headshots.
Yeah, and try to set like a time limit for yourself or something, so you do it fast.
That could work. Yeah, try to get all headshots and try to flick between them. Like, do those quicker shots. Try to make it where you're running to the side and you flick to the side and you shoot. You want to try and mimic what you do in the actual game. It doesn't make sense to shoot at still targets if you don't at least try to make them like a player target.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And another thing that's going to be extremely important, and I would highly, highly, highly recommend you take something with higher velocity or add high velocity to your gun. And like these guys say, it's important to get comfortable with one gun and its speed, but you'll want to take the gun that feels more hit scan, because that will test your aim. If your aim is off, you'll know, because you have to aim directly at the target for higher velocity rifles, such as a long ammo Spitzer. It'll be expensive, but that'll show you if your aim is actually off, because you shouldn't worry so much about having to lead shots if most of your shots are missing close range in the first place, because that'll kind of show you. And then with your favorite guns, you'll want to go to your maximum distance. Like, I'm talking when the bullet actually drops, get a feel for what that distance looks like, so you know when you have to aim higher than your target, and you'll have a feeling of that if my target is this far away, I might have to lead my shots more and aim higher.
Yep.
Things like that. And you'll want to kind of count the milliseconds in your head as much as you can. How far away is that target? Bam. Pop. There's that little pause. So if you see them running across the screen, you know to aim that far ahead, because you can time that bullet. Little things like that are going to stick out in your head, and that's where you get really, really good at those headshots, when you can tell those little timings in your head Don't take slower velocity things if you're trying to just get good at landing any shots at all. That will fuck with you. Take a consistent weapon like these guys said, and take something fast. That way you get at least a hang of hitting it.
Yep.
And if ever like you wind up still in the lobby after all the rest of the teams are dead, or you guys have wiped the lobby or whatever, randomly just start shooting grunts because they're already moving, and like if you're running to extract and you just like flick shot or whatever to try and get used to that, it tends to
take
help.
advantage. Take advantage of your winnings as much as you can.
I'll also say, since we've also brought up like fast shooting weapons. A fast shooting weapon, unless someone's right in front of you, you shouldn't mag dump. Take your time between shots.
Yep.
Absolutely. And
that helps.
It's super niche, and you'll probably only do it at the end of matches. But if there are grunts chasing your teammates, try to go for a headshot on that grunt. It's just like a dude charging your teammate with a melee weapon.
Mm-hmm.
It might not feel exactly the same, but it's as close to the real thing as you can get without being under pressure. And a lot of other hunters will give advice like, just, oh, you just got to do this and this. But ultimately, your sensitivity is going to be number one, first and foremost. The rest will be what you're comfortable with. But the best advice I could possibly give you is get used to your bullet speed. Like I said, that little time between you and the target. And the second thing I would say is shotguns. And you're like, what, shotguns? You just told me to aim at things. But shotguns get you so used to flick aiming right to the center of a target. You'll do that with a rifle if you're close range and surprised anyway. Shotguns. They will get you in the habit of aiming center mass at a target, even with a rifle.
It's true.
It's an easy fix.
Yep. It's good.
And then you can take levering.
Yeah.
Well, like aiming at the center mass thing is like so perfect way of explaining that, because like when people are running, I usually won't get a headshot because I automatically hit the center of their chest. But that just means every time they crouch, their head is their center mass. So also take advantage of that too.
Of course. But it's a great question, and there's going to be a lot of ways to practice, but the shooting range isn't the worst. I would still take advantage of it as much as you can.
Yep.
This has been a segment of How to Aim with the Drunken Bard. Join us next week as we take an approach on movement and bullet velocity.
You sounded like Keanu Reeves right there. I'm convinced.
I do want to get
good stuff. I like that, DJ.
Yeah.
Well, I do want to say a PSA for all you folks who aren't poltergeist believers. You can poltergeist through the beetle.
Yeah.
You can do it.
Yeah, it's good.
It's hilarious.
Polter beetle.
Yeah, that beetle will open a window for you or set off the music box. Your poltergeist knows no bounds with your little friend.
Bluetooth windows.
They're so cute. This is old-fashioned Bluetooth. Old-fashioned Bluetooth. Poltergeist.
I'm just imagining like the beetle lands on the window and just slowly pushes it open with the little claw thing, and then like climbs through and keeps flying.
That'd be so cute.
And then when he's doing the poltergeist through like the beetle, like how you're supposed to make ghost sounds when you do it, when the beetle does it, it's like super high pitched. It's like
because poltergeist is one of the few that I actually want to see stay. I think it has a good utility.
I agree.
Absolutely.
It's not overpowered.
I think Shadow Crush is just I think it's lame. I think get rid of it.
Yeah.
I have the power.
It's good
to kill one thing.
A million times really fast with no repercussions.
I'm just going to add this real quick. Shadow Leap
and Shadow Crush?
Yeah, you cannot do that into meatheads anymore. Like the Shadow Leap part.
Oh.
You can't into meatheads.
Nope. So you can't insta-kill them anymore. Just
thought
I'd add that real quick.
Shadow Crush and Shadow Leap. Kit from 5 Minutes to Extract actually brought this up. They completely conflict, so you can't use them together, which is also incredibly fucking annoying.
Yeah,
And then
that's too bad.
Blade Mancer, only keep it if it's extremely expensive and it's a quality of life. Get rid of the pullout damage entirely. I don't even know what the fuck they were thinking.
I'm
They were
okay with the
thinking their
pullout.
pullout game is strong.
Oh my god. I'm okay with the pullout damage against like mobs and stuff, but not against people. I don't know. Maybe not bosses either. I think that just
You know the bug would persist if they have any pullout damage.
right. Yeah.
It's got to be one or the other. I feel like either take it out completely or leave it in for everything. So
Yeah, and it is way too strong, especially since Berserker makes that pullout damage even stronger. Fuck off.
And then
It
you can
actually
also
It does.
and you
What
can also
the-
just bring 8 throwing knives instead of 5 now. Like holy
Right.
crap.
Well, because
9 if
Colin,
you have Frontiersman.
Yeah.
Berserker, the pulling out counts as melee since it's technically supposed to be a physical action.
That's
You've got to
crazy.
stop talking about pulling out.
I think you just need to stop thinking
Yeah, you
like
need
that.
to stop. You need to stop bringing it up because now
Oh,
I'm thinking
man.
about it. Jeez.
Get your mind out of the gutter, boy. All right.
Moving on.
Yeah, so what's next?
Hey guys, it's Rat here. We forgot to do the comments this episode, so I just figured I'd pop in real quick, read those off. First comment, we had Fabi Lobby or Fabi Laby. I'm not sure how to pronounce that, but he said, "Hey, I love the podcast. Keep up the good work. But for new players like me, it would be nice to add some more context to some topics so it is easier to understand. Anyway, looking forward to the next episode. Cheers." And a Cunning Rogue said, "You're a wizard, redneck." And then let me just find our polls. And the question was, how do you feel about the Shredder? Overpowered got 1 vote at 25%. Strong said 25% won. And It's Okay got 2 votes for 50%. Anyhow, enjoy the episode. Love you. Bye.
All right. So this might be lame, but
Oh,
what weapon is underrated? What weapon is overrated?
I'm crying right
Okay, I'll start.
we hurt his feelings.
Yeah.
I think I mean, and this is totally a bias here, but I think the nitro is totally underrated.
I
You would say that. You
I would
say that.
I would
agree.
say that. But how many people use it though? You never
Well-
see it now since they've beaten the crap out of that thing.
Well, it's also
That's-
1,000.
That's because
it's
they made it so that its
1,000.
bleed ammo doesn't punch through 4 fucking brick walls anymore.
I was more upset about the bullet drop nerfing it
Yeah.
randomly than
Yeah,
the
let's make a
killing the
sniper.
walls.
Let's make a sniper that you can only use at like closer ranges. Like what?
Sniper, that's actually just a shotgun.
And it
If
also
you use
doesn't
it
count as a
shotgun,
sniper.
You're fine though. So.
They're like, we're gonna make a sniper, but it only like fires Zeus's fist, and you have to be right next to them.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Well, what weapon is overrated then, Richard?
It depends on how you view overrated, I guess. On power
Okay.
level.
Well, what do you
or
think is overrated then?
Mosin?
Yeah, I knew
There
you
you
were going
go.
to say that, and that would be my answer too.
But it's just everyone takes it because it's such a reliable gun. But when it's so reliable, everyone's using it, and that's not my style. Even though I use the Mosin Obrez or the short version a lot more with like a bomb lance with quartermaster, it's just like it's too good of a gun. It's just like, how do you even
Like,
stop that thing?
In the competitive scene, right? Yeah, I would
Even
agree.
like for me as well.
All
I
right.
still say that the fucking Labelle is so much better than the
I agree.
Mosin.
All right. So, what weapon is underrated? What weapon is overrated, boys?
Okay, I'm gonna give the answer that's gonna cause a lot of controversy, but
Well-
I think all of us are going to agree with each other.
Mm.
Right now, what's underrated is the uppercut. They beat that thing to death. It's
I
it's
think
not a
we
good gun
all agree.
anymore.
I actually agree with that. It is.
It's underrated
It's
now.
it's still. It's a shell of its former self, but don't you dare say it's not itself.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's only itself
Yeah.
at close range now, and it's just like, and I know that's the idea with the changes they made. They wanted it to be more of a close range versus a pocket sniper, but like, still, like, it's definitely now it's underrated. Nobody takes it anymore. They can just take the true shot, like me. And now the true shot's like my favorite pistol. So, like, and I love the PAX true shot. I don't think I'll ever stop loving it unless they nerf it to death. But like the uppercut was like the old true shot back in the day, and now nobody uses it because it's more expensive than the true shot and less accurate, higher bullet drop. It's just whatever.
Yeah.
And then your overrated was just Mosin.
Yeah, because like Rat said, I think the Lebel's better, personally, just for me. But
speaking of the Lebel, and I think that one's underrated at this point because the Krag's so powerful now.
Yeah, that's a good point.
All right, what are you boys thinking, Rat, Colin? One of you?
I'll let Rat go first.
I still think the Martini's overrated, man.
Wait, you think Martini's overrated?
Overrated?
Yeah,
I'd never see that.
There's
crazy.
There's tons of people I talk to that will fight tooth and nail that the Martini's better than the other single shot rifle.
I know what you're gonna. Yeah, I know what you're gonna say, and I agree.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's underrated?
Springfield's better. Springfield's way better. Mm-hmm.
Springfield's not underrated. It's everywhere.
Oh, yeah, I know. I'm just saying it's better. Now, the underrated gun, I would argue the Vandal.
Vandal.
Yeah.
Nobody uses the Vandal, but it is so good.
Vandal?
It's so good. Yeah, you just take that with like a short Romero, and you're set. Like you can handle any range.
And the best part is that it gets the compact ammo rifle ammo pool. So you have a huge ammo pool. Especially if you take high velocity ammo, like it's even bigger. But even though it's only 7 rounds to the mag, it reloads quickly, it fires quickly. You can have, I think, a marksman scope on. No, it only has a Deadeye scope.
No, they. I'm pretty sure it has a marksman scope. The theater guy came with it.
Could have sworn it was only the Centennial that had the marksman for the half size.
Yeah,
no, that's new. But the one for the because I just used it during that sniper challenge. It is like it doesn't count as a sniper, but it is a marksman scope because it makes it all black around the.
Are you talking about the full Winfield marksman?
No, I'm talking about the Vandal.
The Vandal, the regular,
the short one.
That's a Deadeye.
Yeah, the Vandal only has Deadeye. There's Deadeye. The marksman is on the Centennial shorty.
Yeah, it's called the Pointman.
But but either way, you get a huge ammo pool. You can reload quickly. It may only be 7 shots, but still the reload speed is great. You can lever it, and like for the longest time, my main loadout was the Vandal half-sized and the Terminus half-size, the Vandal and the half-size Terminus with levering, because you could get close, medium, and long range with the Vandal, and then your closest range, you got the shotgun right there.
My man, you and I are all on point tonight together. Like, are you done with your answer? I actually want to change mine.
Yeah, all you.
Okay, I'm gonna get a lot of hate for this, for overrated. I change it from the Mosin to the Vetterli. That thing's overrated. Stupid. Like,
you would say that.
I hate the Vetterli. I hate the Vetterli so much. Like I even got the Cyclone, this Prestige, and yeah, I still hate it. That thing is garbage. It's just not good. Not, at least not for me. It's definitely a skill issue, but it's definitely overrated because everybody in like 3-star competitive will take it like with either a scope or a silencer. They all play exactly the same way, and I'm just tired of it. So
I wish that I could argue with you that it wasn't, or that it was, and say that it wasn't overrated. But the issue is, it still gets all the love it had before the Centennial was buffed, and now the Centennial completely outclasses it.
Yeah, exactly. The Centennial is so much better, and I will die tooth and nail on that hill. I don't care what anybody says.
All right, Colin, let's hear it.
All right, so I genuinely believe that the Berthier is way underrated.
Yeah,
that one I will agree.
Good answer.
It's so underused. I love it so much. It's got a good fire rate. It's got a good reload speed. The ammo pool is awesome. And
you can split it.
Yeah, and you can split it. And the ammo types are also great. It's got a good all-arounder, and it requires good discipline. Good movement is necessary for it. It's a good gun, and
It's
nobody
very
ever
balanced.
uses it. Yeah.
You know, the funny thing here is that a long dead podcast, fucking
Lowdown?
on
Or-
Lowdown, they were always talking about how much they loved the Berthy because it was cheap. You could split the ammo pool, and it was the only multi-shot gun that you could split the ammo pool on.
Mm-hmm.
They hit all the points that you said. Like I remember Baldor multiple episodes talking about how good the Berthy was, and nobody used it.
It's because it's only 3 shots, and nobody likes it being only 3 shots. That's what I've come to understand. But I think
Who
that's
doesn't love the stripper clip reload?
I know it's a good amount of bullets for what the gun is, in my opinion.
Honestly,
I'm very passionate about this gun. It's my favorite rifle in the game.
honestly, like even because people's argument would also with that gun, like, oh well, you need bullet grabber and it ejects your entire thing. It's like, dude, you don't have to. Like, I know I'm a compulsive reloader too, but when I carry that gun, you obviously can't. But like,
Yeah.
in between shots, like, just never reload that thing ever. Let it reload by itself because it's so fast to reload.
Fast reload. You don't need to
reload
worry
it.
about it.
Yeah. It's like as fast as pulling the bolt back. Like, it's literally that fast.
They even buffed it. They gave it a bigger ammo pool recently, and it's deserved. And
I agree.
So, and moving on very quickly, I might get hate for this. I think the Maynard sniper is overrated.
Ah, yeah! Good answer! Good answer! Good answer!
Guys, did you hear that? Did you hear Bard's anger shoot straight through and start like?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I completely agree. It's so overrated.
Bard go full tea kettle.
It's not. It's not that it's a bad gun. But I feel like it burst into the scene and it's getting a lot of attention.
I'll agree with
really
you for. I'll agree.
Sorry, go ahead.
Real quick, I'll agree with you for one reason. Spark Sniper is Maynard Sniper, but better.
Yes, exactly. The Sparks is just a better gun.
Well, wait, hold on. The hip fire with the Sparks Sniper is nowhere near as good.
Sure, but
it's a sniper. But that's
it's a sniper.
That's one of the things that makes the Maynard like a weird gun for me. Because why is it a sniper rifle that has such a tight hip fire?
Oh, I'm just pointing that out because it's more viable in closer range fights. Like if somebody's pushing you, you're more reliably going to hit them with the Maynard than with the Sparks.
Sure, but that feels like a cop out.
Exactly.
For people that have bad foresight into using a single shot sniper rifle.
Like if you're going to bring a sniper rifle, you should be punished for trying to fight close range with it.
I'm not arguing about like whether you guys are right or wrong here. I'm just pointing out that saying that it's the Spark Sniper, but or the Spark Sniper is the Maynard, but better.
Oh,
I mean, just that hip fire alone, I think sets
let me
it
just
apart
throw
enough.
this in, like Sparks, Martini, then Springfield. Come at me.
Oh my God, Richard, what's wrong with you? I agree with the Sparks thing. I don't even like the Sparks, but I understand why it's such a good gun. But
Fast Fingers immediately was a game changer. It made Sparks such a fucking legendary gun.
I can't wait for that to affect the Martini. Yeah, I'm so excited for that.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And luckily, we live in a country where you're allowed to be wrong. So,
anyway, those are my picks for underrated and overrated.
Thank you so much for saying Maynard Sniper. I kept taking it during that sniper challenge. I didn't get a single kill with that god awful thing. Like it's just so bad. Like I hate it personally.
I use it pretty regularly. I don't hate it, but I do think that it gets more attention than it deserves.
You know, I think I have one more hot take. So the most underrated gun and the most overrated gun goes to the Shredder before
yes. Yeah.
That is a pretty fantastic.
That's a good answer.
I appreciate the Shredder for one reason, and that's only because they had that whole thing where they were like, "Do you want to see more unique weapons like the bomb lance?" And then we just got the bomb launcher, so at least this is a unique weapon we got.
Absolutely.
Whether it's good or not,
make it,
like
and
after
ruin
they
everything that we're
trying
to do.
Yeah, after they nerfed it into the ground, I never take it anymore. But
No
it
one
is at
does.
least
Nobody
unique.
touches it. Yeah.
It is at least unique in like
Yes.
a really neat way. So I can appreciate it for that.
Right. And it's a fantastic idea too.
Okay. So the most underrated and not with fanning is the chain pistol. I can stay in a firefight for so fucking long with 17 shots out of that bitch. Are you serious?
Mhm.
And everybody would be like, the sway. Well, just get used to it. It's not that bad. And God, conversion's so clean. It's got the uppercut sights. It's fucking good. I love that thing. I mean, if you want to go for the memes and fan it, go ahead, but you're gonna miss.
Yeah.
If
Overrated.
You have crack shot, you're not missing that, but that's only for another like 22 days.
I don't think crack shot affects fanning. Fanning and levering are not affected by crack shot that much.
Yeah,
Not much at all. Not much at all. You're not listening to me. Okay. But the most overrated, I'm gonna get so much hate for this, and I will eat all of your hate. The bow.
I'm so ready.
The bow.
Oh, I
The
love
bow is so fucking overrated.
Yes.
Take a crossbow, you pussy.
I agree. I love the crossbow so much.
Well, I think the problem is that like the bow consistently can one shot to the chest, whereas the crossbow, like 90% of the
Bullshit.
time.
Wrong.
Bullshit.
That's why they invented Blade Mancer for all you crybabies.
Because you couldn't kill them with one shot with the bow.
And then the crossbow one, you're like, well, my weapon to win.
The bow is more nimble. You can
Of
get
course.
more places with the
Too
bow.
nimble for what it is.
And it's overrated.
I agree. I'm not saying the bow's bad. I do think
I understand,
it's overrated. I think the
It's taken
crossbow
by
is a lot more
everybody.
versatile. Yeah.
I have
Crossbow's
actually taken
much
the
better.
crossbow a lot more often since they added the steel bolts.
Oh yeah, and that buff to the
Those are
steel bolts
so
was
much
huge.
fun. The steel
Just
bolts
be
are
ready
so
for a
fun.
revive.
Dang.
Crossbow is balanced with a reload, whereas bow, you could spam fucking 3-4 frag arrows in the span of 5 seconds.
And then Blade Mancer, not with the frag arrows.
Right.
No, but I know so many people love the bow. Trust me, I use it too, but God, it's so overrated.
Yeah, you get those people who don't know how to shoot with it, so they just take frag arrows, like, and then bring them in a bounty clash and just like shoot nonstop in the thing, and then like hope to get a kill. It's just like, come on.
Sometimes it works.
Right.
It is kind of fun to piss people off doing Bounty Clash with a trio
Right.
of nothing but bows, frag arrows, and fucking ammo boxes.
That is kind of funny, but I'm just saying, like, the people who like only use it for the explosives, like they're like trying to be competitive, but they can't get kills with it, so it's like the noob tube back in the day. I don't know.
Yeah.
Right. It's all opinions. It's fine. We all have our.
It's all good fun.
Well, speaking of opinions, well, it's more like topics. Colin, what you got for us?
Okay, so we've been playing this game together for a while now, right?
Yeah.
No,
Shut
because
up.
we're on different
so.
work schedules now.
Fair enough.
Are you?
But I don't think I've ever heard why you guys started playing and what keeps you playing. Like,
I like
I'd
this.
love to hear what got you into it and why you keep coming back.
Well, I started playing because a mutual friend of ours who no longer plays literally bought the game and was like, this is the best game ever. And that person has long since left. And I keep playing so I can prove that I'm better than all of you. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I'm joking.
No, that actually
You're
would have
doing
been
a pretty good job at that.
that would have been
Yeah,
an
you did
awesome
good.
answer, actually.
No, that's not real.
Too late. You can't take it back. No take back season.
So kickbacks. Well, I keep playing because I started a podcast and now I'm stuck here.
Oh,
That's a good answer too. I actually like that answer even better.
All right, boys, what's up?
So I started playing because DJ was like, "Oh, Tyler," basically with what our other mutual friend did to him. Tyler, you got to play this game. You got to play this game. It's the best game ever. And then
Best game.
and then I started playing it, and my PC was garbage. But I was like, dude, I like the aesthetic of this game. I love cowboy stuff. Like I love old school cowboy guns. It's like so different. And what keeps me coming back, of course, the podcast. But like, I don't know. I just like playing it because I'm addicted. Even when I'm so mad at this game, and I'm always like, I'm gonna quit this game. I'm gonna quit it. I hate that. I hate it. Like I just keep coming back because I'm just straight up addicted. Like.
He's like, it's like an abusive relationship. You know, I try to leave. And
Yeah. Yeah.
What about you, Rhett?
So, and I know it sounds dumb, but like I had just built my first PC, and I say built very loosely here because it was a Dell Optiplex 990 that I slapped a fucking graphics card into.
Nice.
So I had just gotten that, and I was looking for games to play, and I was scrolling through YouTube, and there was a game, or there was a video. I want to say it was by Skill Up, but I'm probably wrong. I'm not sure who exactly it was. I wish I could remember. But when I clicked on it, it was like, hey, you remember you remember Crysis, like the big meme? Can it run Crysis? No, and then like it was like, so the devs for that basically thought up a game. They were like, we're gonna make a battle royale that's not a battle royale, and it's gonna be the weirdest thing you've ever played. And then like, well, are the guns gonna be fast? Like, no.
It's like...
and that description fucking had me laughing so hard that I went and bought the game, and I've been hooked ever since.
Yeah.
That's funny.
What about you, Richard?
I think mine's the saddest.
Oh.
I'm just kidding. It's not that bad. So, a mutual friend who may or may not be in here with us right now, actually.
Oh.
He gifted me with a PC, an older PC, and it was just like, yeah, you need to start PC gaming and playing games and whatnot, da-da-da-da. And he's like, oh, this game's pretty fun. I'm doing it, da 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 da. And then a couple of weeks later, I'm just like, you know what? I want to play games with friends. I'll buy the goddamn game. So I bought the goddamn game.
That's a good answer, though.
And
That's a good answer.
Lo and behold, I didn't grow up with gaming, I think, anywhere close to what you guys did. And so this whole start of playing this game was miserable, and following and like basically being like, how does this work? What button do I press?
But you got to play with the homies.
But then I was like playing with the homies, and then I just kept playing with the homies, and I think that's still why I play, is because I still get to play with the homies, and that's fun. And I'm glad that this game has actually developed in a direction that I can enjoy it more and whatnot. And I'm better. I'm not fucking dying every match, like without getting kills. So there's that.
Yeah. No, I think that's a great answer. Friends are important. So
homies.
Are we though?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
They're like family. What are you talking about? Colin is actually family.
Yeah,
to
Tyler
me.
and I are family.
Like brothers. Closer.
Only closer, yeah.
I was thinking of Vin Diesel.
Family.
Your family.
All right, Rat, what subject you got for us?
So I was talking to Sway, and he sent me this Reddit post that kind of spawned this. The Reddit post was showing that there's these I'm just gonna say it with like quotations, these ritual sites where there's a bunch of like dead rats all over the fucking place. And he I guess that like Reddit was talking about, like they think that it's a hint that they're trying to get a new, or that they're making a new boss that's a giant rat. And that got me thinking like, what kind of cool bosses do you guys think would be interesting to add, or like what kind of mechanics to find the boss? Because I think it'd be interesting if this is a boss where they're like showing all these ritual sites to get this giant rat. I think it'd be kind of neat to actually have to like complete the ritual to summon the fucking rat.
Oh,
yeah,
interesting.
That would be cool.
That's some
I like that.
serious
Instead
remnant
of
going on.
Yeah, that's like
instead of finding a clue, you do a ritual. Yeah, that's really cool.
that's kind of interesting. I do like that
Take your
idea.
booty
You know,
with your
you find, like,
emote
three-
at the ritual.
Yeah, and instead of like picking up clues, you find like 3 pieces of this ritual, and then you go to a specific spot that's marked and summon it.
Oh. Would you
That'd be kinda
drop
cool.
it? Like, if you collected those, would you drop them if you got killed?
Yeah, I'd say that they would like be able to loot them off of you, but I think it'd be kind of neat because it'd be interesting to have it like mark you on the map the same way that a bounty would.
Yeah,
but,
that's
like,
what I was
less,
just thinking.
Would you also get
less
dark side then?
often? I'd say
Maybe.
no.
I don't know.
No,
I
in
think
this
that would be
instance,
what
I
sets it
guess.
apart.
Yeah.
Because like it would mark you, but less often. So like you look at the map and there'd be like, with when you have a bounty, it marks you a lot with the little
Yeah.
lightning bolt. Have this one be like half as often. And
I think they
don't know,
need
I
I
they
think
think
would
it's
that's
kinda
really
neat.
cool.
I think they would need to give you much more incentive though to do it versus the other stuff though if they
Yeah.
want if they don't want it to end up like how Rotjaw was back in the day. So
Oh yeah,
It is.
I think if they're gonna do that or something similar to that, I would say like fully refill your weapons and tools when you banish, on top of being able to pick up the target, because
Yeah.
you've been marked the whole
Well-
time you've been trying to do that.
I like one of our past ideas where it was an enemy that caused you to choke if you punched it, so incentivized shooting it or burning it.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's
Oh
kind of
yeah, I do
kind of
remember
mix
that
it
conversation.
kind of mix the
Or-
two, yeah.
I also kind of like the idea of something that's almost boomer-esque from Left 4 Dead 2, where
Yeah.
it's like fat ass where he opens his gut and spills poison, or maybe even well, it
Kills
can't be
itself.
hive. It can't be hive bees because that's exclusive to the hives. But something that causes an ailment of some kind.
Yeah.
That'd be kind of cool. Kind of like how the Rotjaw ailment just like gets rid of your stamina.
Or like
Right.
the what's it called? The Ursa something, the bear at the carnival
Yeah.
gives you tinnitus.
Yogi and
Yeah.
Boo Boo.
Tinnitus. Quite literally, yes. Okay.
Yeah, I like that. I
That's
love the
cool.
ritual idea. I think that's
Yeah.
fantastic.
Yeah, another event idea done right. Kind of like Serpent's Moon, where we burnt all the snakes.
Oh
but
my god,
cooler.
that was so bad.
Well,
Cooler.
And here's why I think that it would be neat to do something like that, because like the whole idea of like collecting the ritual items came from the snakes in Serpent's Moon, because you could pick up like any number of tokens from people and take them to burn them at a specific spot to get event points. So you could reuse that whole mechanic to do this whole ritual, but when you drop it into that spot, it summons the boss.
It'd be cool if it like also extracted you right away if you were just focusing on that too.
Well,
Like
what I think
yeah.
would be really neat is like summoning, like that whole summoning part. If it was like a reverse banish, like you still get that portal thing in Darksight, but then at the end of that it spawns, and when you kill it, it instantly like it does the whole hotbod thing where it refills your health but just drops to the ground.
Yeah.
So you've
You
got to
know-
defend the area for however long and then fight the boss.
Okay.
Real quick,
we-
you bring up the Serpent Moon or whatever event?
Yeah.
That event sucked balls. So I want
no.
nothing from that event to come back.
I'm not arguing that event sucked. Like, it's the only event that I haven't completed, and I'm still pissed about it because I was 200 points from the last level.
I
And
didn't
I'm still
complete
angry.
it because of how much it was tedious and boring.
But
It was a
thought
fetch quest.
I thought that one mechanic where you could pick up the snake tokens that other people had picked up and hadn't burned yet off of their bodies. I love
so
that shit.
it was inspired by that. Okay.
Yeah, so like that. So I thought that it would be
Yeah.
cool if you could like pick up those tokens, but if they killed you, they could take those ritual parts from you, and then go summon the boss. Like, I don't know. I think it'd be neat.
Yeah, I love
Okay.
it. I love it.
Makes sense.
All right. Tyler, what do you got for us?
Okay, mine's a little bit different here. Since I bought a gun a couple months ago,
Since I
Um,
bought a gun.
yeah, I've been like,
Gun owner.
it's been kind of my obsession for some reason lately. Like if you could have any like gun from this game, like skin and all, or just the basic version or whatever,
Ooh.
like or a different version of a gun in this game, like what would you have? Like it could be real or unreal. Like if you said the shredder, that would have been that would be an acceptable answer. You know.
Basic gun, absolutely just a classic Romero would be so cool. Just a little break action shotgun.
Yeah.
I believe that's a Remington Model 3 that it's based off of.
I would absolutely get one. And then skin, Bingham Brash, Martini Henry, no questions.
Ooh.
Good choice.
Yeah, that's a great choice.
You know, I'd actually kind of agree with you on the Romero, but I'd make it a Romero hatchet.
Oh yeah. Any skin or?
All the skins are actually pretty decent. Maybe bark because that's the one I use the most. But
is that the one that came with Beastmaster?
Yep.
Yeah, that's the best one. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, so if you guys look up, I think it's based off of Remington Model 3. You can look that up and correct me, or there's probably bigger gun nuts that would be able to correct me. So please do correct me because I'm actually curious. Because I love learning about that stuff. But like, it's interesting too because I would always say, and I still agree with this, I think they should add like a Remington pistol in this game. But I used to say, oh, call it a Lemington, but I guess if the Romero is supposed to be a Remington, then it would be like a Romero pistol. That's just a little tidbit that I'm kind of going off on. Sorry.
Dude, I want literally any of the Lamats from this game because it was never a cartridge gun.
Yeah,
right.
It was black powder.
It was ball and cap and black powder, and it was just the most horrendous thing to reload ever back in the day. Yeah. A lot of people made fun of the French for it.
Yeah, I would love to get the Lamats from these game, and if if there's one specific, I want the Caldera skin from the Carbine.
Was that?
That's the one with like the flowers and the skulls on it.
Oh, okay, that one is beautiful. I actually use that one as well. Yeah, and a tidbit on the Lamat. Obviously, in this game, it's called the Lamat Mark II. It's not a real gun. They had to really be creative with the gun, which I think is very interesting. Where because it would take about 15 minutes to reload it. First of all, second of all, the shotgun thing, it wasn't like a break action. It didn't have that type of mechanism. You would have to push it in through the top, and it was just kind of interesting that they changed it. So.
Real quick, you said the Carbine and you said Caldera. That's a Pax Claw.
No, or it might be Calavera.
That sounds more correct.
Yeah,
the one with
all it's the Dia de los Muertos.
Yeah, that one is actually called Death's Grin. I'm looking at it right now.
Oh, okay. I might be thinking of the matching fusees.
Yeah, probably something like that because they're all like the same theme. Yeah.
Okay. I just know because I love the packs. Colin, what are you feeling?
So I already own a gun that's in this game. I own a Mosin Nagant with a bayonet.
But would that be your choice?
No, it wouldn't be my choice. I would choose the Bornheim with the funeral dirge skin.
I cannot remember what the actual Bornheim is called because it's not called a Bornheim.
No.
I was fully expecting him to say the Black Mamba Nitro.
No.
Yeah, I forget the Bornheim. I know the Dolch is the Mauser.
It's the Mauser C96. Yeah.
The Bornheim is based on the Bergman M1894.
I just love the look of those early semi-automatic pistols. And I feel like the Bornheim really just encapsulates that early look. And it's good.
I love the little 6-round internal clip that you have too. Yeah. It's not a magazine exactly.
Yeah.
It's actually the Bergman 1896, not 94. Excuse you.
Wow.
Imagine being such a pleb.
I know. I'm sorry.
Colin, what about a real the in-game skin? What would you own?
Funeral dirge.
Yeah, he did say.
He did say. My bad.
No, you're good. You're good. I love the skull. It looks like it's rusted in. It's such a good skin. Love it.
Hell yeah.
That's a great answer. Yeah, those would be really cool to have actually.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah. My second option would definitely be a Mauser, though. Those are just so fucking cool.
Oh, yeah.
Resident Evil 4 made me fall in love with the Mauser.
Yeah.
Yep. What do they call it in Resident Evil? The Red 9, I think.
Red 9, that's absolutely right.
Yep.
I'll
All right.
change my answer.
Okay.
Stalker Beetle.
There you go.
Yeah.
I like that answer a lot.
And speaking of the funeral dirge, what do you think of all the new weapons that have that same theme going on them now?
I wish they didn't. It ruins it. I don't like too much.
Yeah.
I like matching weapons, but it kind of ruins what made that funeral dirge special. It goes for all of them, by the way. I like matching sets, but it's a little too matchy for me.
Yeah, it's like it's expecting you to take a bet early.
Halloween
and
didn't do too bad on the matching skins.
I actually think this Post Malone event did the best because the circus skins, sure, they're a little obnoxious and ugly, but they all look different enough.
Yeah.
When you look at them up
the
close.
Theme. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. All right. Everybody get their answer?
I haven't said.
Oh, you haven't said. Okay.
Oh, let's hear it.
So I kind of have two answers. I don't know which one I'd pick. I've always wanted, like what you said, DJ, that Mauser C96, the Dolch. They're just scary looking guns. They're freaking cool. They were like kind of behind as far as like technology goes once the other repeating pistols were made, like during World War I and stuff. But like the Chinese, a lot of Eastern countries, they used that C96 model for a long time, even though it was kind of outdated compared to a lot of more modern guns. But it's a beautiful piece. I think it would be really cool to like hang up in a house.
Mm-hmm.
And my other answer would be the PAX True Shot. So
Peacemaker, baby.
Yeah, that's another name for that. It was the Peacemaker or the long Colt, which is funny because it shoots 45 Colt long or whatever. But the skin, I think, is it called Peacemaker? The new skin they added for the True Shot. Yeah, yep. It's actually, that skin is based off of Wyatt Earp's pistol in
that's incredible.
In Tombstone, the movie Tombstone. So Wyatt Earp uses that PAX, which in real life it is what it's actually is. It's a Colt Colt 73 single action army is what it's actually called. He uses a 10-inch barrel, which the True Shot is always a 10-inch barrel in this game, but they didn't really make 10-inch barrels as far as I can tell. They usually made 12-inch, so it's the Pinocchio gun is actually longer in real life, which is really funny. But you can buy like the Wyatt Earp pistol replicas online, and they are the 10-inch barrel. But yeah, if you look at that Peacemaker skin, it's based off of his pistol. It's the 10-inch barrel. It has like the sheriff badge on the handle. Like it's really cool. I think I would pick that one. I don't know if I'd pick it over the Mauser, but
very nice.
Yeah.
Real quick before we get to Richard's subject, where's Annie Oakley? We were promised in the trailer. God damn it! We were literally promised a Western legend, and you just cucked us. And then we get the edgelord Chinese lady. She looks fine, but I want Annie Oakley.
Oh, maybe next event. I don't know. Ooh.
Right. Oh, maybe next time. Oh.
Yeah, seriously.
All right, Richard, what you got for us?
All right. So recently I've actually been doing a lot of poetry, so I've got a question after a little spiel for you.
Oh.
So, welcome to Poetry with Kaiser, where we go down through the ups and downs of the bayou. Join me, your poetry guru, as I will provide you, the audience, a sneak peek as we take a ride and look into the minds and aspirations of your favorite hunters and bosses. Brought to you and sponsored by Miss Kaiserin in the voice of your favorite hunters. All right, here's the first one. A poem by Mr. Bridge, the Mountain Man. Armageddon! Life is hard in the bayou, oh yeah. Sleep is near without a gun. I stalked along a murky path. What was life before the fire? Oh yeah. Is it better? I don't remember. All I know is the wrath.
The wrath of the sculptor. When will it end? How much longer can I defend my two loves, the child of the Mississippi? My heart, it swells. Oh yeah, the beauty never ceases. Time only serves nature well. The other, no one must know. Like a flower between the rocks, our love, it will slowly grow. I will carry on for love until it brings my doom. We must fight for the light in the dark and gloom.
All right, Macho
Bravo.
Man Randy Savage.
Bravo.
So
Who will
now
get
with this
bounty
first
token?
glorious,
Only the cream of the crop.
now with this first glorious art piece for the ears, what are the voices of Hunt Showdown? What do you guys hear when you take a hunter in, other than ah?
Yeah, seriously.
I think we can all agree that Granny is Betty White.
No, I see her
he's
more as Queen
already
Elizabeth.
the mountain man.
I would have pictured her as like one of those cooking channel old ladies.
My brother does this persona called Grandma, and I've always done her voice. She's like, "Oh, my colon."
Ouch.
Well, if it's like a cool character like Sheriff Hardin, I'd picture like a really deep old Western voice.
Sam Elliott.
Yeah, exactly. Like well, maybe not quite as cool as Sam Elliott, but maybe somebody as cool as like Arthur Morgan.
Oh yeah,
that's not bad.
And if it's a silly character like the fucking clowns, I just
ICP, definitely.
yeah, I like the Animaniacs. So there you go.
yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. Whenever I look at Sheriff Hardin, all I hear is Kurt Russell.
Yeah,
Alright.
that's not a bad idea. Right?
No, I think I would actually agree, which is funny because he also played as White Earp in Tombstone. So just
Yeah.
Yeah, Jeff Bridges
that's
would be
awesome.
a fun voice for.
Jeff Bridges is perfect too
Trying to
for
think of
something.
who I would have him as.
I kind of see him as the Mountain Man.
Maybe the
And-
Statesman.
Yeah, that's a good answer.
When he's a
Okay.
little younger. That's all.
Whenever I look at Black Coat, all I hear is Billy Bob Thornton because of fucking Bad Santa.
That's actually perfect.
Weird take. I think that Gar specifically would have one of the coolest female voices. I really
Very
think
sultry
Yeah.
and soothing.
so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like
Yeah.
I thought who you
On
might put that as.
That's a good question. I'm not actually sure who I'd give the exact voice or like a comparison.
I kind of
But-
hear Ana de Armas for Gar.
Okay.
See, her name being Gar makes me think that she'd be like, "Me Gar, we want to mate
Me
with
Gar,
you."
Kane.
Yeah, that's
we all
gay.
know that's
No,
Wait,
Kane,
no, wait.
voiced by fucking what the hell's his name from Creed?
No, the guy
Yes.
who's Kane, freaking Nickelback.
It's fucking Chad Kroger.
Oh, hell
Chad
yeah.
Kroger. Remember, we're getting
Hell
the
yeah.
skin, but it's
Look at this
actually got this
graph.
Hell yeah,
Look
I
at
love
this
it.
bush right here.
Well, the way you were making it sound so like he can't talk quite right. That's exactly like when what's his name? Scott Stapp or whatever.
I'm
He
not
can't
sure.
fucking sing quite right, or he's always got this to it.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
I have a sneaking suspicion what Post Malone's character would sound like. Just saying.
No way.
Or John
Justin
Hunt Showdown.
Bieber.
Do not diss him. No, just kidding. I don't diss any of them, but
Older Justin Bieber sounds normal.
That would be the kid.
Yeah.
The kid sounds like Justin Bieber.
I've
No.
in my head the turncoat has always sounded like RFK.
I'm
Oh
not
my
gonna lie.
god.
Whenever I look at Gar, all I hear is like the original Mary Poppins.
What the hell?
Oh.
The original.
That
Mary
really?
Poppins.
Like
no
that-
sense.
That's a hot
Her
take.
voice specifically, like that's what I think.
like I could see that for like Mama May or something.
Yeah, but
No,
Or
Mama May is
the-
Maggie
The
Smith.
wife. Okachev's
Yeah,
wife
Mom-
or whatever.
Mama May. Whenever I look at her, I hear Maggie Smith. Like the fucking what was that? professor's name in Harry Potter.
McGonagall?
Yeah, McGonagall.
Well, Private Eye.
Points to Gryffindor.
I actually.
Oh, good.
I was just gonna say I actually would. I've always imagined Mama May's voice because she kind of looks younger than she actually is, so I imagine her to sound really young actually.
Oh yeah.
Yo, what about Hail Mary? What do you got over there?
A generic chick. A generic chick, I guess. I don't know. Hail Mary.
Private Eye might be a chick, but she definitely sounds like Michael Jackson.
Yeah, she sounds
Yes,
definitely
exactly.
Michael Jackson from New York.
From New York, no less. And then
I'm walking here.
See, with Hail Mary, I'm hearing Bonnie Aarons from the Nun, like the movie
Oh.
The Nun.
Interesting.
I wonder where you're drawing that.
Dude, just
Conclusion.
because like ever since I watched that movie, her voice is what I hear with Hail Mary.
Yeah.
You know, Bill Skarsgård as either one of the clowns or Monroe.
Oh my God, Monroe. That's perfect.
Oh man,
I love that.
I definitely picture Monroe have a higher pitched voice. Like
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's what I'm.
he reminds me so much of that fucking dude from Rammstein
Yeah,
too. The
Flocka.
keyboardist.
Yeah,
Yeah.
tall, skinny keyboardist. Yeah.
Oh, fucking
Yeah.
Flake! You hear
Flocka.
Flake?
Flocka, yeah.
So I got it for the two clowns. One is voiced by Bill Skarsgård. The other one is voiced by Tim Curry.
There you go.
That's-
There you go. There you go.
Yeah. I mean, if Tim Curry was still going around, but
Yeah.
He is.
Tim
Love
Curry
him.
is winky.
Love him.
he's kind of like not doing too much these days. But
Yeah, he's slowing down.
Yeah.
Specifically, one that I can definitely hear a voice for in my head is the Pig Man, because it's like that deep, grumbly voice. I'm trying to think
He's-
of who that.
Was it like
Rammstein
Roadhog?
singer, Till Lindemann.
No,
That's
Till
who-
Lindemann. Make a good Pig Man.
I get Solomon Grundy for that.
Solomon
Yeah,
Grundy.
that's
Oh,
perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Ronin, just any generic anime, probably.
Keanu
Well,
Reeves.
We know the
Keanu Reeves. Hell yeah.
Well, The Rock always gets a voice role. Who does he play in this
Oh,
game?
you're right.
He's
Okay,
gotta
hang
be
on.
the
Let me.
biggest and muscliest dude.
Gosh.
One of the
He's the
native
headsman?
guys, I think.
The Mariner. The Mariner.
The
Oh
Mariner.
yeah, the Mariner. Yes.
Okay.
The guy.
Yeah,
with
that's
the-
a good answer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's not bad.
I
I
don't
like
know
that.
why I thought Carcass Gunrunner.
Which one's the Mariner?
He's
He's
the
he's
he's,
the same, I can't do the same thing
the
as
deckhand,
Gar.
isn't it?
He's covered in
Oh, Deckhand?
yeah, it's the
Deckhand?
deckhand.
Or
That's
is it
his name.
Deckhand? Oh.
The Mariner is the one he
The
was
tr-
introduced with. That's the
Who
class.
would voice Captain Lafitte, dude?
Oh,
Which one is that? I
The
actually.
freaking
Willem
dude
Dafoe.
with the.
that'd be Tom Kenny.
Willem Dafoe.
Yes.
Hey, I don't hate
I
Willem
actually
Dafoe
said
either.
Willem.
That's-
I'd actually agree with the Willem Dafoe. That's what I always hear.
That's not a bad one.
Fortnite.
Oh my god.
Yeah, now every time I see Captain Lafitte after getting into a fight, I'm just gonna imagine him. There was.
There was a firefight. He has witness. Like.
I would. Fuck. What's funny is canonically one of the hunters that you can play as has a voice actor.
Uh-huh.
Well, I
Geralt,
mean, a
yeah.
couple of them do. Yeah, the Geralt of Rivia
Yeah.
dude, freaking John
Yeah,
Victor.
Fun Hunt Showdown.
Yeah, he's. Yeah, I forget the actor's name. God damn it. I actually think that voice doesn't fit with him. Funny enough, I think it's way too raspy for him.
The
I
guy
actually
who
thought it
plays
was
Master
okay.
Chief in
I don't know,
Halo.
Steve Downs.
Yes,
I thought Doug
That'd be
Cockle
great
did
for
pretty well.
something.
sir.
Yeah, he
Oh,
did
that-
all right.
I don't know.
Oh.
I thought he fit pretty well. Like
I
Doug
did too.
Cockle did really well with voicing him.
Well, all I can do is every time I play as him, I would go, Hana.
Hana.
Like the tutorial where he's harassing you.
Hana.
I still haven't played the tutorial.
It's
Dang.
cute.
All right, gentlemen, we got any more thoughts about voice actors?
Not a one.
Ron Perlman would be great.
Oh, hang on.
Perlman.
Who's wrong? Billy Story.
Oh, yes.
Ooh,
That's
actually,
interesting.
yeah.
I
Hold
love
up,
that.
hold up. I can't help but look at Billy's story and only think of fucking Ron Jeremy.
No.
No,
No,
ew,
no,
no, I want to
Ron,
like Billy's story.
No,
I don't
we're
want to
done.
hate him.
We're done. Moving on. Moving on.
That was Ron
Move
Perlman.
on.
Sorry. We're not putting a literal fucking. Yeah.
Oh, one last one. Machete.
Oh,
Oh,
shit.
Daniel
Daniel
Trejo?
Trejo.
Ooh, and Danny DeVito, to be fair. Both of them.
And Danny DeVito.
Well, obviously-
Anyways, I started blasting.
we could be racist and say Vaquero, but I don't think it would
I
actually.
bet
fit
he
him.
would own
He
it,
would
dude.
do it. He voiced Boots in the Dora movie.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm not kidding.
damn. That's true.
That's
See, and-
fire, you know?
and I feel like Machete and Cheech Marine would get into a fight over who gets to voice Vaquero.
Yeah.
Well, I also Danny Trejo could also voice Hawkshaw Jack. I bet.
Oh,
He'd do a
absolutely.
great job.
Oh yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, I could say that. Like, if we're just talking about voice, yeah, definitely. It
Okay.
doesn't have to be that.
So the most important voice, actually, who would voice
Wait.
Redneck?
Well, wait.
Me.
Who would Danny DeVito voice though?
The redneck.
The redneck.
Post Malone's guy.
Oh my god.
I'm just kidding.
Danny DeVito voices everybody, every
Yes.
single person.
He's the Reaper. The
Everybody
edgiest
else.
character.
The Reaper. Oh man.
Danny
Dan-
DeVito joins the battle.
Welcome, Danny DeVito as
Oh wait.
Pole-bearer.
Ghostface. The freaking hunt.
Wait.
Ghostface.
I could see Steel-Eyed.
What's the? Hold on. Wait. What's that? What's the hunter that has the cross carved into his forehead?
Oh my
The
god, the
priest?
Reverend.
The Reverend. He'd be the Reverend. Danny DeVito.
Yes.
Would be the Reverend.
Yes.
I see that or Steel-Eyed or the Infected.
Okay, but who would voice the redneck? Larry the Cable Guy.
Oh
Yes.
yes.
That's a good answer. That's a good
There you
answer.
go.
That's a good
There
answer.
you go.
all right. Sorry.
What a topic.
Okay. We feeling good about these?
Yeah.
I'm feeling
good.
great. I'm
We
feeling
could probably
great.
go on for hours.
We're gonna
Yeah.
go hire all of these people, and we're gonna put voice acting in Hunt right
Yeah,
now.
do it, Crytek.
We'll pay them $600
$100.
each. Right.
There's colors.
Okay.
I give them all my blood bonds.
Can Keanu Reeves please voice the prodigal son?
Oh,
I'm down with that.
I
Keanu
think
Reeves.
Ronan just because of one.
Wait,
Yeah.
I disagree. Keanu Reeves should voice the Statesman.
Oh,
Interesting choice.
Keanu Reeves could voice a lot of these guys now that I'm
Yeah.
looking at him.
It's
He
true.
could.
if he can voice Shadow the
Beautiful man.
Hedgehog, he could voice any one of these.
Yeah.
Okay, gentlemen, I want to thank all of our honorary hunters: A Cunning Rogue, Big Monkey CNC, Call Me Roy, Dr. Soda, Drake, Element, Glonky Pete, Gumbo John, Hans, Hazmat, Jay Tizzle, Kit, Chris, Kooky Saki, Mama Bear, Mimic, Our Father Gray, Penguin, and Sway. You guys are all incredible, and we love you so much. Sorry, this got a bit wild there at the end, but I'm also not sorry. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah,
Yeah,
really
this
fun.
has been great.
unapologetically fun.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We hope you
And-
stayed and listened and had fun too.
yeah.
And before we sign off, the comments from last podcast.
Oh, wait. I plan on having one of us add that later so we don't extend
Oh,
here
okay.
too much. So,
Get in the
just so you know.
comments. Get in
Oh,
the
well,
comments and put your casting decisions. In
I-
there.
Well, I realized we missed it more than halfway through, so I figured we could add that in another little voice segment. But I want to thank you all so much for listening to this episode. And as always,
Stay hunting
for the right voice actors.
For the right voice actors.
Also, quick shout out to our fellow podcast, 5 Minutes to Extract, and Waiting for Other Players. I would never forget about you both. You're both beautiful.
Moment
Mwah.
of silence for Hunt Lowdown.
All right, Richard, give us an outro.
If you're not in the bayou, I don't want you in the ring.
Oh my god.
Great.
Nice.
Good night,
Stay
everyone.
hunting.
Good night.
Good night. Love you. Bye.